Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Tronda Talks, Grow, Heal, Inspire. Yeah, I have had the pleasure of introducing, or should I say hosting, a beautiful group of people. They were all on the Squid Games. I don't know how many of y'all know about that, but that's what they were on. Everyone knows. Everybody. She's 10. This was Camilla, y'all. She's 3'6'7". Just so y'all know, my husband, 3'7". That's the reason I got this shirt on, but he's also part of it as well. But I wanted to have these individuals come on and just give me a little bit about who they are, what made them do it, what was the thing, like, for some example, did you have any growth on the show?
Oh, absolutely. I think I believed in myself so much more after the show. So one of the things, and this is like an entire spoiler alert, so make sure you watch the show and then watch this, but the Delgado cookie that I had was Umbrella, and that's like the hardest one to beat. Out of a group of like about 40-ish people, 32 of them got eliminated from that, and I was one of 7 who made it. So that made me feel really good. So I was able to kind of encourage myself that I'm more capable. I'd like to think that I'm more capable of doing things, but sometimes when you prove yourself right on that, it gives you that boost of confidence that you didn't have.
When you went into it, your feelings were not there like that. It was like, how were you? Were you like really nervous?
I was a little nervous. I was more nervous flying out because it was my first time flying out alone to another country. And then it was like making new friends. So it's like starting school all over again for the first day ever. And I moved a lot growing up, so I was kind of used to that. And I'm kind of like a social butterfly is what people describe to me as on the show. So it was easy for me to make friends, but it's an adjustment. It's a whole new environment that I'm not used to.
When you was on the show, like when I talk about things like, was there any process or any time that you felt like even after you got off the show? Because I know we don't have a whole lot of time. And so I'm getting her before she hits her flight to go home. I got to go home for it to see her family. But I do want to talk about the things like when you got away from the show, we'll just use it for example. When you got away from the show, how is it? Was it, when you got back home, how was that? Was there any healing processes that needed? Was there anything that needed to, you know what I mean? Because I know, me and my husband had some adjustments when he came back. So I'm curious to know if you had some similar adjustments when you came back.
So it was a huge adjustment for me. I came back and I was like, everything's gonna be fine. I'm going back to being normal. Like, this is what I lived my life for almost 30 years. So like, this is gonna be fine. I got back home and I almost had like imposter syndrome where I was, I just moved in with my boyfriend. My boyfriend actually got us an apartment while I was gone. I knew about it, but he like did all the stuff in order to like make that happen. And so I was living in a new apartment. I was living with my boyfriend, and every piece of me was like, I want to go back in the game. And I felt almost really bad because it's my boyfriend. So it's like, I should be so happy to be with him right now. But I was like, yeah, I want to go back.
This is a part of the show that you guys did not get a chance to really see. To really see the effects that this particular show had on individuals. They were actually sheltered for 2-3 weeks or however long they were inside their journey with this show. Mm-hmm. And the thing that's happening at this moment, well, what I saw on Netflix is not what I got. And it's like you said, you came home. The show, kept going. It lived rent free in my head. Absolutely. And then how do you think y'all healed? How did you heal yourself of that?
A lot of it was just kind of going through the motions and like validating my feelings. So just being like, you know what, it's okay. Like, you were in this experience that was, one, it was very different. It was very not what I'm used to. I didn't see the sunlight. Like, there were certain things you were missing. I get vitamins and everything. So it was allowing myself to kind of get back in the process, like eat the foods that I normally eat, try to get back in my routine, go to the gym, like do the things that once made me like really feel fulfilled. And once I got into that, I mean, I would love to say that it happened overnight and I felt fine. It didn't.
It probably took months, didn't it?
It took like literally 2 months.
And I'm like, that's what happened with Feed the Heal. Everybody the same way. It was like certain things, but I look at it as a part of the growth.
Yeah.
And I included myself in personal growth, so it was a little bit of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But because I said I ain't got much time, keep him with it. Y'all, she was on several different parts, and I watched her as she was moving through these particular episodes. I should say, she was in the cookies, and she was one of the 7 people to get through cookies. I feel that accomplishment. I felt then you got out on warships. She was one of them.
Man, I don't know if you can swear on this channel. I don't swear on my channel. Yes, you can. Okay, I was pissed the fuck off. I never think, okay. I literally just cried downstairs rewatching it because there's a part of me that I actually didn't cry the day of. I kind of took it and I had a captain of Brownie who I'm friends with, and Daryl, who's also Nigerian, and with me, but he'll meet them. So I knew how bad they felt, and I didn't want to put that on them of like making them feel like it was their fault or anything, because it wasn't. It was the name of the game. Like eventually only one person wins. So I didn't really get to process it. So this was my point of processing at this rewatching it, and I just like sobbed because I was like, that sucked. That was such a shitty feeling. Like I hated going out the way I did. And spoiler alert again, but I was in a ship of 3. And they got the middle ship, they got the front part of the ship. And then the very last thing is if they got this wrong, the other team would have been eliminated. We knew where their last spot was. Right. So for me, it was they had to either guess the spot in front, which would have been water, or my spot. Okay. And they actually were calling out. They were like, hey, where are you? Are you here? Here. And I stayed quiet. And eventually they went with my spot. So,
Camilla, now when we go back to the inspiration, what do you think has inspired you to be the person that you've been? Like how do you yourself been an inspiration to anybody since you've been off the show?
I think I have been. I think I think I represent a very underrepresented race. So I'm Middle Eastern, I'm half Iranian and half Kurdish. There's a part of me where I went to elementary school, I went to middle school, and I was the only one who was Middle Eastern at all. And that just comes to show, like, especially after September 11th, like there was just a lot of things that people just preconceived, like notions that people had about me. So I would like to think that I represent a small fraction of like the little girls that are my race, my nationality, who can look up to me and just be like, oh, cool. Like she did something that's really remarkable. She did something that was really courageous. She did something that took a lot of either mental or physical strength or luck. And if you happen to, I'm curious to see when I've come back and visit this, because of the fact I want to know how many people recognize you or even how much you really have made a difference to other kids' lives. I would love to see that. Yeah, we'll have to revisit. But y'all got Brown up here real quick. I like 2 seconds, and I got to get her out here. Come up here, Danny, real quick. You're posting the come pop a spot real quick. They friends, y'all. They friends. We friends. Friends. I love you, Camilla. Camilla got me through a hard time that I don't even think she knew she got me through. Baby girl in the game. Feeling girl.
Well, y'all, I just kind of wanted to bring her up real quick because I wanted you guys to see the energy between them. That felt like that is something that I really feel like you needed to see, because again, we got out together. We got out together at worship, and can I tell you something? She cried. I did too. I feel like that's a tear. It's okay. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, but I just wanted to get you guys given an opportunity to see what I've been exposed to. I don't know these individuals, but I've fallen in love with these individuals every time I meet them. We love you. And we love you. They made me gotta accept it, even though I'm just a reset. Okay, Phil player at 5. Yes, they're not another player. It's this. You know, you're perfect, and you get me all the flowers for your house. Hey, don't you even worry about it. Absolutely. You. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thanks for joining me for a little episode of Squid Games. Grow, heal, inspire with Tronda Talk. Bye, y'all. Bye.